Hello everyone. We are here today at our office here next to Hy-Vee in Webster City. Today we're going to talk about ventilation. So in this video we're going to go all about ventilation. There's a lot of different types of ventilation on your roof, and ventilation is to keep your attic ventilated. You got to have what's intake ventilation. So in your house you'll see that you have some openings here, and then you have some vented. There's holes cut through your soffit. That's because the air is gonna come in from here and gonna go out at the peak. So ventilation is a big thing on homes, because you need to keep your attic ventilated, because otherwise it'll be like an oven in there. It's really hot. So that's why I decided to make this video about ventilation and kind of let homeowners know what ventilation is. So so we have quite a few different types of ventilation systems. There is a lot of them. We're going to talk about a few of them today, the ones that we install on a daily basis. Here's how ventilation works. So this is a piece of soffit. As you can see, it's got holes through. There's a lot of different types of soffit styles to choose from, but this one specifically, it's one of the pieces that we got here left over from a job. So pretty much that goes in here. And if you can see down here, there's an open gap over here. And then and this is called intake ventilation. And then we gotta have exhaust. And that will come out here at the peak. So we gotta have your attic ventilated, intake and exhaust, and that way it'll keep cool inside your attic. You don't want it to be too cold or too warm. You want it to be the same temperature that's outside. So we also there's also a gap here at the peak where the air comes out to. The first most common one that we use, this is a Owens Corning brown, which is a Pink Panther brown, the shingle manufacturer that we work with, that we're certified to install, so we can offer extended warranties. This is called the Rich Vent. As you can see, it's a piece of plastic that it goes at the peak. This is for the exhaust, and it's got holes through here. And then it doesn't let the water in, and then this goes at the peak. You see it's ventilated. So what we do when we're done with the job, let's say we're done with the house, obviously this is just a sample, but we put it at the peak where it's cut open about 2 inches or 3 inches. We put it at the peak. It doesn't overlap this much, but it goes at the peak. And then we go back. Once that is nailed through, we put the rich cap at the top. This is a rich cap shingles that will match the color of the shingles on your roof, and goes in the top. Like I said, this is overlapping a little too much here. So pretty much, like I said, this is the rich cap that will match the color of your shingles, whatever color you choose, and this will go on. We will nail this with a nail gun, 1 3/4 nails, and then we put the rich cap on the top. And then you have your exhaust ventilation, which, like I said, it comes in from the soffit, and then comes out over here, and then you have airflow going through your attic. So this is how it gets installed. So this is one of the options. Some people don't like the bump at the peak. They just don't like that. They want it to be flat like this without the rich vent, and that's okay. There's other different options as well, which I'm going to show here in a second. The other option is square vent, turtle vent. This specific type, they have a lot of color options too that will match the color on your roof. Pretty close. And this is a square vent. It goes on the roof as well, and it gets the cover up with shingles on the edges, on the sides, and it goes specifically like this. I got a display over here if you wanna. We have another sample over here. So pretty much as well. Since it's an exhaust vent, it's got to go closer to the peak. Because that we wanted to work as an exhaust vent. So like I said, this is the soffit. The air intake will come up here and it will go out here. We gotta cut a we need to cut a 7x7 hole in the roof, and usually we put these ones in the back of the house so you don't see them from the front, and you will also not see the bump on the ridge. If you don't like that, we can go this route and install probably 3 to 4 depending on the size of your home. But that's the other option that people go to. Right now, people seem to go more towards the plastic style that I showed you earlier. Then we have the other options. There are people that they don't have that much attic, they don't have an intake, and this will work as a both, just because this is a wind turbine. See, this is it goes on your roof, and the wind will make it move, and it will keep air flowing. These ones usually go with a gable vents. So there are some gable vents, or if in your house you'll be able to tell in the dormers on the gables. You have little square vents that go here. I don't have one here at the moment. But this is the other options. You will see these ones mainly on buildings. But on residential homes, people don't like it too much because, I don't know, they don't look that nice, I guess. But this is another option for ventilation. It keeps turning and turning whenever there's wind or whenever there is too much heat in the attic. So this is another option right here as far as ventilation goes. The other option is, and some people like this, they don't like to put that many vents on. So we have, with this one, we don't need to put that many on because this is an electric powered vent. So pretty much this will require electricians to come out. We see these ones a lot on nursing homes, some on residential homes as well. But you gotta have an electrician come out and install it. Even when there's we have to replace one. So this goes inside the attic. We gotta cut a hole, and as you can see, it's got a fan in here that will be working whatever temperature you set it up. So there's a thermostat here. You set it up at whatever temperature you want it to be running on, and it'll just keep running. And this specific type works really well with homes that don't have soffit or that much for soffit. So this one will suck the air out, so it'll keep running, and it'll keep your attic cool. So that's another option. This one's actually a little more money just because it requires an electrician to be on site, and just the vent itself, it's a little more money. But this is another option. You'll see this a lot on hotels or nursing homes, hospitals, clinics. Not so much in residential homes. So that's another option right there. Now you'll be asking yourself, DJ, how about if I have metal roof? How do I do as far as ventilation? Well, we have this, and I always put that on the quotes and explain how we do it. But this is a vented closure. So this pretty much goes on metal roofs. At the peak, not on the eaves. This goes at the peak, on top of the panel. So at the eaves, we put this right here. which has the pattern of the steel. This closes the gap so no birds go in inside your steel or on the ribs of the steel. So, but this specific accessory right here goes at the peak. So if you see, it's got the pattern of the steel roof. So we put it at the peak, and it goes just like this. You follow the ribs that are already pre-cut on there, and it's got glue to it. So once we put it on, it stays on there, and then we put the ridge cap on top of it. So air can flow through if you have, because we got to cut at the peak on the ridge about 2 inches on each side, and insects will not be able to come inside the attic, and it'll get ventilated. So plus the ridge cap is gonna overlap it. So this is another option for metal roofs specifically. Metal roofs are cannot have square vents. So if you see a roof a metal roof that has a square vent on it, there's a potential that it's going to leak because there's not a flashing specifically made for shingle roof vents to go on metal roofs. So that's where we are so far as ventilation. This is what we use on metal roofs when we have to install roofs on residential homes. So we put this on top of the steels, and then we put the ridge cap on top, and there you have a ventilated attic. Now, what do you do if you'll be asking yourself, what do I do if I have a expensive roof on my house, or if I want expensive roof on my house for like the Decra? Well, this is the type of ventilation. It's similar for the steel roof or the metal roof. So it's a ventilated foam, kind of a sponge. This reminds me when I'm doing the dishes, pretty much. But it's ventilated. This goes on the top of the at the peak, and then we install the as you can see, here's the brand. It's backwards, but yeah, Decra ridge vent. So this is what we use on the type of home. So this is the actual steel coated steel shingle ridge cap. So it's steel, as you can see, it's coated with stone. This is a black color, right? By the way. So yeah, so pretty much we put this on each side of the roof, and this goes like this, on the ridges, and then there you have the air flowing through or coming out from your intake, which is the ventilation in your soffit. So yes, this is another type of this is specifically just for Decra stone coated steel shingles that we use for that specific type of materials. On the steel side, this is how it goes on the side. We put steel on top of the 2x4s for pole buildings. You got the foam going in here, and then you got your soffit that's gonna go in here, and we put the ridge vent, the ventilation at the ridge with that vented foam that I show you. So yeah, that's how it goes.